Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today and welcome you to my monthly angel reading. This month, we're really going to be focusing in on that angelic guidance and healing. Both elements are key to our journey. We need that guidance forward so we know, how to move forward. And that healing, it's so important. Many of us are not feeling well. We're feeling burnt out and overwhelmed. Our body, our mind, and our soul could use some angelic healing. So this month, we're going to touch on both of them. I know the archangels are really keen on that healing, as there's a lot to do. However, us as humans, kind of muddling through things, we really want that guidance. So in this reading, we're going to get the best of both worlds. The decks that I chose for this reading, of course, we have the Angel Tarot, the Angel Inspiration Oracle, my new Archangel Oracle, and then Healing with the Angels Oracle. Now, like always, you can find all these angel-tastic decks listed below, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. My selections for this reading, my friends, of course, we have some picture stone, rose quartz, and amazonite. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you right now. It may not be your favorite crystal, but it is the crystal that you can't keep your eyes off of. And then head into the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. Click on the crystal's correlating timestamp. It's going to take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my picture stone friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of all the oracle cards and the tarot deck here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the angels and archangels want to share with my picture stone friends. What archangel will support my picture stone friends the most over the next couple of weeks? Not to say that not more than one archangel will support you. This one's going to be important. Very important. Archangel Chamuel, open your heart to give and receive love. Your essence is love. Archangel Chamuel and I have worked a number of times together. We've collaborated and created 3 different self-love meditations, because that self-love is the core and essence to love. If we don't love ourselves, we can't embrace the love of others. So that self-love is where we need to start out and really create that foundation so that love can grow within us and all around us. Now, like I said, I do have 3 different meditations with Archangel Chamuel. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about the meditations I'm talking about, I have 2 meditative playlists. The first one is Healing with the Archangels, where you'll find all 3 of Archangel Chamuel's meditations. And the second is a Just You and Me playlist, where it's just you and me, working on a skill or a tool that will support you right here and right now. Now, all my meditations are about 30 minutes long. They're all guided, and most importantly, they're all free. You can visit and revisit them as often as you need. Now, if you haven't worked with Archangel Chamuel, I would encourage you to start off with the first meditation, as it's a really fantastic introduction to his gentle, loving energy. And then you can work your way through the other 2 meditations. These meditations are going to help you heal and help rejuvenate you, body, mind, and soul. And that's so important right now. So, Archangel Chamuel is going to be supporting you and will be an important being for you over the upcoming weeks. To connect in with him, his auric color, of course, is that of rose quartz. Now, anything pink will work. You do not need rose quartz. You don't need anything pink to call him in. You just need to use your words and set those intentions, asking for the help that you need and want. Now, the crystals, that's a human thing. We need a focal point to start to engage with this amazing energy. So, use what you need. They understand. They see how we struggle and encourage whatever tools we need to work with them, because they are there for us and we need to reach out to them more than what we do. So, we know Archangel Chamuel is going to be an important being for you. Let's go into some healing. Let's look at what we really need to be focusing in on. What healing should my picture stone friends focus in on right now? I think I just said this word. Intention. We need to be very clear with self, with others, on what it is we need. Setting those intentions really goes a long way in setting up expectations of how we want to be treated, of what we want to do. That intention, like I said, it's going to go a long way in getting us going. When you have that intention, you have that direction, and we need direction. When we ask for the help that we need, we're going to receive it. We're setting out that intention. I want help. Can you help me, Archangel Chamuel? Now, that's an important piece too, guys. With the high vibrational beings, the angels, the archangels, we have to ask. Setting that inner intention really kills 2 birds with 1 stone. The high vibrational beings cannot breach the law of free will easily. So it's up to us to ask for the help that we need when we need it. They are not going to breach that law unless your life is in danger and it's not your time to pass over. So most of us, we miss out on the support that's there because we're not asking for it. We need to take that deep breath and ask for what we need. Not only from the high vibrational beings, it also goes a long way with our physical support team as well. Many of them are wrapped up in their everyday to be able to connect in intuitively to find out what's happening for you. So use your words. It does go a long way. All right, so we're going to set some intentions. We're going to work with Archangel Chamuel. Let's look at how this is going to impact your everyday. That's important. Guidance do the angels and archangels have for my picture stone friends? That's important too. I don't mind when they start to pull out cards and have them fly a bit, but I do ask that they keep it on the table, because going under the table and getting into the cords is not fun and can be kind of hard to keep the camera where it's at. So it's okay if they flip them onto the table or flip them out of my hand. The 8 of Pentacles. I love the 8 of Pentacles. it talks about that attention to detail. And part of what we need to be focused in on and set those intentions on is being in the here and now, being present in your everyday. That attention to detail will help you receive the messages that the angels and high vibrational beings are, well, hiding in plain sight. They leave those messages. It's just we're missing them. They're right there for you. It's just they're not being received. We're so caught up in those expectations, those demands, those worries and fears that we're not paying attention to the guidance that we're asking for or that we need. Our high vibrational support team does give us guidance in our everyday, helping to encourage, nurture, and support us. They know that we're struggling, and they're not impacting us and intervening in any way. They're just giving us that roadmap. Turn here, try this, look at this amazing opportunity because you were missing it. It's up to us to receive the messages, especially when we ask for the help that we, need. When you say, Archangel Shamuel, can you please help heal me? Can you please help guide me? If you just leave it at that and you're not mindful of the patterns, the repetition of the symbols that are hidden and laid out in front of you in plain sight, then you're missing out on what it is you asked. So we do need to be very mindful of where our attention is being focused in on. Sure, we need to move forward, and we do need to look up and see that forward projection. However, we can't hyper-focus in on it. We can't get caught up in it. We see that we're aiming in the right direction, and we get going and enjoy the experience of right here, of right now, because there are many opportunities and many shortcuts in these opportunities to what it is we really want and where we really want to go. We're just missing out on them because we're not paying attention. So the angels are telling us it's time to pay attention. It's time to live in the here and now. The Emperor, the fourth card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at that stability and that structure. When we're focused in on the here and now, we're creating a stronger, more stable self. Why? We're not spending so much energy about worrying about the future or getting stuck in the pain of the past. We are looking at the here and now. We're able to strengthen us, to heal us. So we're able to engage in the opportunities that are all around us. The Emperor also encourages us not to deviate too far from the structure that we've already created. We just need to shift our intentions and shift that perspective a bit. This little shift will go a long way in what we're trying to achieve. That little shift of focusing more attention on the here and now. We, like I said, can't focus all our attention on the here and now because we do need to look up to make sure, hey, we are headed in the right direction. We just don't want to mindlessly do things, mindlessly get sidetracked. Because that sidetrack, when we see those, ooh, it's fluffy and shiny, and we go off on a tangent, that's our ego misdirecting us. Your Emperor here is reminding you, you need to stay true to your course, add on to the current structure that you currently have in your everyday, that everyday routine, so that you find that finer point, those little pieces that bring in fulfillment and joy, rather than worrying about what's going to happen next or what's happened in the past. We're able to redirect that energy into something that is going to be more meaningful and more abundant. The Chariot. I love the Chariot. I love all of them. Some of them really hit home for me. I like the Chariot because he uses his willpower and his determination. He does not have reins over his steeds. He is just willing them to go forward. And I don't know about you guys, but over the last year, sometimes I was really willing myself to get up because it was heavy and it was hard. We need that willpower and that determination now more than ever. Sure, things are starting to get back to some sort of normality, and it's not as unknown. We have some more answers, and we feel more able to connect in and get going again. We need that dedication and determination to bring in what's going to be really important. It's going to help with that abundance, that growth, and most importantly, that joy. When we focus in on the here and now and getting ourselves motivated to do some of this healing, to set those intentions, you're going to see yourself move forward more quickly through these little shifts. They're going to be stable shifts that you can maintain because, again, all we're looking at is spending a little bit more time on the here and now, slowing down and being present for you and for those around you. We put off a lot of that kind of fun, fluffy stuff of being with our friends and our family, being present in ourselves, because it can be really scary to be with ourselves or try and hone our brain and redirect our brain back into the experience of the here and now. However, that's really important. Our friends, our family, they're important as well. I know many of us still have a lot of restrictions. However, we have technology and creativity that we can use to our advantage. We can connect in with them and be present with them, be present with us, sharing that loving connection, sharing that high vibration that's really going to help growth for you and for them. All right, let's end off on some blessings. I enjoy ending off on some blessings because it adds kind of that cherry on top, a little bit more glitter and a lot more support. What blessings? Whoa, that's important. Can my picture stone friends embrace to support them in connecting with this message and the angels and archangels? Speaking of messages hidden in plain sight, we have the 8 and the 7. Those little steps. 7, 8, 7, 8. Sevens in numerology, they're a lucky number. With a little bit of work, you're going to see victory. You're going to see yourself move forward. You're going to succeed in what you're trying to achieve. Now in tarot, 8s mean movement and manifestation. 7, 8. Keep moving slowly and steadily. It really will support you in getting what you want done. What you need done. So important. Be content. Be content with where you're at in your journey. Be content with you. It may not be where you want to be or who you want to be. However, if you are content with you right here and right now, you're going to be able to foster a better connection to healing and improving you, allowing you to grow and thrive as you, want. That love and compassion and contentment will really go a long way. Additionally, like I said, this may not be where you want to be in your life's journey. But if you are content with what you have right now, knowing that you are working hard at moving yourself forward so that you're more content, you're more fulfilled, and you have the abundance and prosperity that you need, you're going to go a lot further. We're not focusing in on that fear of failure. You're not focusing in on that heartache and stagnation. You're focusing in on moving forward. Well, this is another good one. Check your emotions. Our ego likes to react. It's actually how many of us are functioning. We just react without thinking. If we check our emotions, check into what we're feeling, how things are making us feel, we're more able to create a reaction that is high vibrational, that is intentional and loving. When something happens and we just react and explode, we cause more heartache and pain, which makes things more challenging for us. However, if we take a beat and we take that breath and we think about it for a sec, we're able to create a solution that is for our greater good. It's high vibrational and it helps us move forward. We need to know how things make us feel, and we need to check in to how we're feeling. Like I said, many of us are on autopilot and we're not paying attention. We need to pay attention to us so we have a better understanding of us, so we can have more contentment and more growth. It's kind of a domino effect. When we understand us a little bit better through checking in, we're able to really direct ourselves, knowing what would support us and our greater good, giving us direction, giving us that understanding that we need and want, helping us to raise our vibration, which helps us to connect in to these amazing high vibrational beings that will help to direct us even more, inspire us, nurture us, and support us in ways that we need. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the angels and archangels want to share with you. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my picture stone friends. Hello and welcome, my rose quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of all the oracle cards and the tarot deck here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. All right, without further ado, let's see what the angels and archangels want to share with my rose quartz friends. What archangel will support my rose quartz friends the most over the next couple of weeks? Oh, how beautiful. Archangel Aurora, welcome new beginnings. Let the sun shine in your life. Such a beautiful archangel. Not one I've worked with a lot. However, there are so many archangels out there. Will I work with her in the future? Absolutely. The more we're intentional with working with the high vibrational beings, calling them in, and asking for the help that we need, well, we're opening ourselves up to some amazing support. Some support that we need, especially now. Archangel Aurora, as you can see in this picture, and we're looking at let the sun shine into your life, that inner flame. She's very much connected into Archangel Uriel and has kind of a feminine twist to his energy. Some say she is a twin flame to Archangel Uriel. Others say that she is the feminine aspect of Archangel Uriel. They have a very different explanation and definition of twin flame than what we do. Just know that she is connected into his amazing inspirational energy, that inner flame energy, and we're going to be using that to our advantage. We need to use our passion, our drive, and willpower to push us forward, helping us to embrace opportunities that are all around us. And that's what Archangel Aurora is encouraging us to do. Taking care of self, allowing self to invigorate self through inspiration and insight. It sounds a lot harder than what it actually is. What we're suggesting is that you take some time for you, nurture you, and take that time for creativity, allowing you to express you like you need to. Now, to help out with this, and like I said, I haven't worked with Archangel Aurora and completed a meditation with her yet, and I stress the word yet, okay? But I did do a meditation with Archangel Uriel. You can call on that same energy. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about this meditation or what I'm talking about, I have 2 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where you're going to find that meditation with Archangel Uriel. The second is a Just You and Me series, where it's just you and me working on a skill or a tool that will support you in your here and now. All my meditations are about 30 minutes long. They're a guided meditation, and most importantly, they're free for you to visit and revisit as you need. We need tools and supports now more than ever, and that's exactly why I created these playlists. So, back to Archangel Uriel and Archangel Aurora. Connecting into that inner flame, that light will support you in embracing these amazing opportunities that are right here and right now. They're all around us. We're just not paying too much attention to them. Our minds are on so many other things than what's happening right around us. So we know that Archangel Aurora and Archangel Uriel are going to be important archangels for you. Let's look at what healing we need to focus in on. What healing, whoa, that's important, should my rose quartz friends focus in on right now? I am running out of room on my table. I'm gonna have to look at these decks and maybe make some choices on what I want and don't want in my readings. I can't add very many more decks to this already amazing reading. Ideas and inspiration. Really need it out. Like I just said, when we connect into our creativity, into those passions, we're going to inspire ourselves. The angels are telling you right now, we don't need to be focused in on a lot of that heartache and pain. Actually, that type of healing is going to cause us even more stagnation. We need to be stepping into our power, stepping into that light, having some fun and inspiration. That is what is going to support us the most right now. When we give ourselves that time to be creative, we're opening ourselves up. We're not focusing in on all that's going on, that heaviness, that chaos, the expectations and demands. We're focusing in on our creativity. We're having a bit of fun because we are focusing in on something that gives us the ability to express self. When we do that, we're bringing down a lot of barriers to that intuition, to the high vibrational beings. So they take this time to their advantage to give us those aha moments, that direction, that insight that we're looking for. We have many eureka moments when we're really not paying attention to the problem at hand. We're doing something else that's life-giving and joyous. That's what we need to focus in on right now. Mind you, we do need to take this into mind as well. We don't want to hyper-focus in on it. We want to give ourselves a little bit of time here and there to engage in these creative endeavors, these life-giving endeavors. We still need to meet the expectations and demands of our everyday, meeting our needs and meeting the needs of our families and friends. But giving ourselves a little bit of time here and there will go a long way in inspiring us and getting us motivated to make some high vibrational choices for our greater good. So let's look at this and see how we can incorporate it into our everyday. What insight, information, there's a lot of it, and guidance, do the angels have for my rose quartz friends? I really like it when they get excited and start to be very, vocal, if you will, with the cards. I do ask that they keep it on the table though, because there's a lot of cords around my table and it can be really challenging to, dive under a table to grab cards because there's a lot of cords and tripods. The 7 of Wands. I love it. So 7s, they're a lucky number. With a little bit of work, a little bit of dedication on your part, you are going to be victorious and you're going to succeed. The important part is that you need to put the work in. No one else can do it for you. You're the one that needs to set those intentions, give yourself permission, give yourself time and energy to get the job done. Engage in those life-giving aspects, giving yourself permission to be open to the insight and information that's shared. Many of us have fear around what that information may contain. That fear is holding us back. We need to be open to that information for the information's sake. The fear, that's our ego holding us back. Information in itself will not hurt you. Information is wisdom. It's the emotion that we attach to that wisdom that holds us back. We need to be open to all that is presented to us. We need to have the courage and determination to beat back our ego a bit and embrace what is right in front of us. What the high vibrational beings have been trying to share with us to help ease some of our challenges and reduce that resistance that we're having. Resistance to our experience, those opportunities, and what's going to serve us the best for our greatest good, right here and right now. Whoa, dropping cards. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man did not want to come out right away, giving me some resistance. So, the 12th card in the Major Arcana. I like to call this the Let It Go guy. And I really do enjoy this rendition of the Hanged Man. He's just like, yeah, I totally got this. No worries. The Hanged Man reminds us that we're not in control. There's very few things that we can have control over. The one thing that we can have control over, and we usually don't, is our emotion, is ourselves, and our emotions. It's the one thing many of us aren't actually taking control of. We'd rather try and control everything else. It's a false control that doesn't work so well. We need to kind of get out of the driver's seat a bit and allow the high vibrational beings and the universe to get us back on a course that brings in more fulfillment and joy. The way we do that, of course, revert back to that creativity. Because like I said earlier, it gets us out of our head. It gets us out of the driver's seat. We let go. We take that deep breath, that pause, we have some fun, and we get the clarity, those aha moments that we need. That inspiration, that excitement and enthusiasm for where it is we need to go and what it is we want to do. It's really a win-win situation, which I know can be a bit more challenging and can be easier said than done. However, taking that time for self, that creativity, will go a long way in releasing some of that false control, opening you up to some amazing support, some amazing possibilities and opportunities that are right in front of you. The High Priestess. Such a powerful card. She is the most intuitive card in the deck. When we stop and take these blinders off, our intuition is naturally going to kick in. We all have intuition. We all have the ability to connect in to the higher vibrational beings, gain that insight, that wisdom and nurturing that we need. Again, it goes back down to those resistances, that fear. Many of us started to shut down our intuition, our clairs, at a young age. Again, due to fear. Prosecution, fear of what we saw, heard, or experienced. We still have some use of our intuition, knowing that, you know what, I think I'm going to take a different route to work, finding out that you miss an accident, knowing that you need to do something that you usually don't do, or reminding yourself that you forgot something. That intuition. Ooh, right, I forgot my lunch. Run back into the house, grab your lunch, and there you go. We're following that high vibrational self. So, relaxing a bit, taking that deep breath, pausing, connecting into our creativity will support us in connecting in to our intuition, to those clairs. And if you're not too sure what a clair is, think of clairvoyance. There's all sorts of clairs. Clairvoyance, of course, is that clear or true seeing. Clairaudience is hearing. We have clairs connected to all our senses. We're just not using them as we used to. The more we use them, of course, the stronger they'll be. Now, I know it can feel overwhelming to say, sure, your intuition's going to increase. It's going to be fantastic. And you're like, oh my God, how do I do that? Sure, I love my creative passion. However, how do I increase my intuitive abilities? I have a meditation for that. Actually, if you go through the list, I've got a meditation for a lot of things. But the one meditation I'm thinking about is one I did with Archangel Raziel, where we start to strengthen your intuitive gifts. Like I said, we all have them. We just need to start to strengthen them. Releasing some of the barriers that we have to using them, healing us so that we can engage with our intuitive abilities, with those new beginnings that they will bring us. Now, we also have the High Priestess and Archangel Aurora, that divine feminine energy. We're also working with the full worm moon energy soon. We need to take that divine feminine and apply it to us, taking time for us and rejuvenating us, whether it be through meditation, partaking in activities that bring you joy, that invigorate you. It can be as simple as taking a nap or a bubble bath. Nurturing you, giving back to you, will go a long way in giving you the energy you need to do what's going to be really important for you. It's that time and that intention to self. So we're going to end off here on some blessings. I really enjoy blessings. I find it kind of like the cherry on top. We're adding a little bit more glitter and love to this reading. What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace to support them on their journey? Oh, it's a good one. Faith. Have faith in you, your abilities, and all that you can do. I know it can be really easier said than done. That negative self-talk, it's a bear. We can be so cruel to ourselves. And when we don't have that faith and compassion to self, we cause ourselves more harm than good. Having that faith in us truly goes a long way in getting done what it is we want to get done. Now, one of the ways I can support you in combating some of this negative self-talk is through a meditation I did with Archangel Raguel, where we start to balance out our thoughts and beliefs of self, helping us to believe in us and all that we can do, all that we can achieve, helping us to succeed and overcome some of the obstacles that we're facing. Now, the faith card also encourages us to have faith in the universe. Really speaks to that hangman card. Having faith that there is a plan. We don't know it. And sometimes hindsight, well, it's 2020. We can see where we shouldn't have gone, but we can't see where it is we need to go. Having faith that there is a course of action and that we have many amazing supports to get us there, that will give us the direction, helping us gain more clarity on where it is we're going. I know many of us feel that the universe is really out to get us. Let's be honest, the last year, it really feels like there's a vendetta. However, that's not true. It's not. I know. I laugh, but I've been there. I was with you guys as we were trying to muddle through the last year. I kept hearing, no, this is what's supposed to happen. And I'm just like, no, why? We needed the shakeup. I kept coining the last year as a tower-esque experience. That's very much what it was. It was the universe kicking us globally into action. Too many of us had become stagnant and stuck in low vibrational endeavors. This helped us to really shake things up and help us see, or well, it was supposed to help us see what was truly important. So the universe was not out to get us. It was a way of getting us unstuck. Just like any tower experience, it can really suck depending on how much you resist that shakeup. If you're working with the universe, you find that it's not as painful. But if you're really truly stuck in that pattern, that pain, it's there. So, having faith in self, having faith in the universe will go a long way in setting you free. I love myself sometimes. Be free. So, I just said, faith in self, faith in the universe. Whoa, be free. And that freedom really does feel good. You don't feel stuck. You don't feel stagnant and gunky. You feel like you, can skydive in the universe. You can take on any challenge. Nothing can stop you. And it's that freedom, that exhilaration, and excitement that can be in your everyday, should you choose to be focused in on that high vibration. Because there are opportunities all around us. We're just not seeing them because we're so caught up in the everyday. We need to trust in self, strengthen self, so that we can embrace these opportunities, embrace these new beginnings that are going to serve us and our greater good. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the angels and archangels want to share with you. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Amazonite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and all the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. All right, without further ado, let's see what the angels and archangels want to share with my Amazonite friends. What archangel is going to support my Amazonite friends the most over the next couple of weeks? I was really excited to start using this deck. I got it and it just didn't feel right until today. So excited. Archangel Mary. Such a beautiful card. Open your heart with compassion. Enfold others in love. Such an important message. Many of us have been feeling very isolated and disconnected. We are lacking that connection and compassion to others and to ourselves. We get caught up in all that's going on. The expectations, the demands, the latest news that's causing more stagnation and fear. We're missing out on an important element here. And Archangel Mary is really reminding us of that importance of connecting in with our heart and showing compassion and love. It's important to share not only with others, but to ourselves. We need that connection now more than ever. And Archangel Mary is reminding us that a little bit of love goes a long way in supporting us and others on our individual journeys. Now, I haven't done a meditation with Archangel Mary. I've done meditations with a lot of archangels. And there's a lot more archangels that want to collaborate. Will I do one in the future with her? I would say yes. When? I don't know. They come in and they're very good at being patient, if you will. Sometimes the order changes up because situations arise and different archangels' talents and abilities are needed over others. That love, though, that's all around us. It's a choice. Being mindful and intentional with that choice. That energetic shift will go a long way in supporting you, in raising your vibration, and supporting those around you as well. It truly is a win-win situation. If you want to connect in with Archangel Mary, and I want to clarify this, Archangel Mary is not Mother Mary. She's not Jesus' mother. She's an archangel. So we are looking at two different beings, one archangel and one now ascended master who used to be human. And we don't want to confuse the two. They had very similar energies and were connected in with that compassion and love. So, if you want to connect in with Archangel Mary, that very beautiful teal color is a fantastic way to connect in. That turquoise, that aquamarine. We don't need to be focused in on a specific crystal or on a color. We do as humans, though. We get into our human and we need something, a focal point to connect in. The minute we call in that archangel, they hear us loud and clear. They're omnipresent beings, and they're with us. Like I said, though, we're human, and we get stuck in some of our ideas and need that focal point. So that teal color, that will support you in connecting in and giving you that focal point for Archangel Mary. So we know Archangel Mary is going to be very important for you guys. Let's see what healing the archangels are encouraging you to look at. What healing should my Amazonite friends focus in on right now? And as I looked at your crystal, kind of made me laugh. We have that tealy color, Archangel Mary. So, Amazonite might be another good one. There isn't one over the other. They do have an affinity or have a similar vibration at times. However, that focal point is what we need. They don't need it so much. Retreat. And no, we're not looking at trying to recluse ourselves or remove ourselves from the front line. What retreat is talking about is taking some time for us, caring for ourselves, rejuvenating and healing us. It's an important part right now. Like I said in the introduction, we need to do some work. We have a lot of healing to do. We've lived through a lot in this lifetime, in past lifetimes, and of course, we're carrying trauma and pain on our DNA through that generational trauma. So we're carrying a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And we're not going to be able to dump it all in one go. We need to do it a little here and there, allowing us to heal a little bit, get back to an equilibrium, heal a little bit more, back to that equilibrium. That balance and those small steady steps will help you to not fall backwards, not allow our ego to claw us back and regress. We're going to be able to dump it, release it, and move forward. And that's a really key element when it comes to healing. Our ego doesn't want us to heal. Our ego wants us stagnant. And that stagnation is amplified when we start to go too quickly. We stumble, we fall, we get afraid, and the ego is able to, bring us backwards. And we start to regress. We go back to old coping mechanisms, unhealthy choices. So, we heal a little bit. We get back to our equilibrium. We heal a little bit more. So, one of the ways I can help you with this healing is through a meditation that I did with Archangel Chamuel. We're looking at that love. And like I said, love is all around us. We have to intentionally make that choice. Well, Archangel Chamuel will support us in not only making that choice, but directing it to where we need it. And that's to ourselves. I've done I've done 3 fantastic meditations with Archangel Chamuel. I would encourage you to start with the first one, as all 3 of them are connected in with that self-love. And if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about these meditations I'm talking about, I have 2 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where you'll find that meditation or those meditations with Archangel Chamuel. And the second one is a Just You and Me series, where it's just that, just you and me, working on a skill or a tool that will support you in on your journey. Now, all these meditations, they're about 30 minutes long. They're a guided meditation. And most importantly, they're free for you to use and revisit as you need. I really am here to support people on their journey, and meditation ticks a lot of those boxes. Like I said in the introduction, we need to heal ourselves, body, mind, and soul. And meditation, it can help us do that. So, back to Archangel Chamuel. It's a fantastic start in working on and healing and loving us. All right, so we have some direction on what we should be looking at and who's really going to be able to focus in and support us. And no, don't worry, there is no competition between the archangels. They are very supportive of each other. So Archangel Mary and Archangel Chamuel will and do work with each other a lot. So we know who we're going to be working with. We know what we want to work on. Let's get some more guidance on how that's going to be able to support us in our everyday. What insight and guidance do the angels and archangels, important card, want to share with my Amazonite friends? I don't mind when the archangels and angels or high vibrational beings pull out cards and have them flying a bit. I just ask that they keep it on the table There's a lot of equipment that I'm working with. There's cords everywhere, and having to try and go fishing and diving for cards can be a bit of a challenge. The Nine of Pentacles. I love this card. It's just, it makes me happy. Not so much, and that's a gripe I have about this deck. I don't like how we just have the Nine Pentacles. I prefer the pictorial avenue rather than what we have here that looks kind of like a playing card. In the original Rider-Waite, the Nine of Pentacles, you have this maiden who is in this beautiful, lush garden. It's a Garden of Eden. Her Garden of Eden. She's worked hard and has a lot of abundance. Her hard work is paying off. And that's true for us as well. We have accomplished and overcome so much. We have abundances in areas that we didn't even know we had abundance in because we're not being mindful. We're, like I said a little while ago, we're too focused in on the demands, the expectations, the news, what's happening. That we're not being present and mindful of what's really occurring all around us. That presence, that's an important part. We're missing out on opportunities and possibilities because we have blinders on. We're so caught up on the what ifs, the would haves, the could haves, the should haves, that we're missing out. So, the angels are encouraging you to be mindful and present to all that's going right in your life. I know it can be a bit of a bear and it can be a bit of a challenge, but taking that time will support you in seeing what's truly right in front of you. The King of Cups. I love this king. He really kind of has that very Poseidon feel to him, and I really enjoy that. So kings, they have the fullest personality. They have the most control and the most power. And of course, that cup, we're looking at that emotion and intuition. We need to be mindful that our emotions are not getting the best of us. That we're not just freely riding this emotional roller coaster that's looping us around and causing more chaos, more challenge, and more heartache to what we're already currently dealing with. The King of Cups has the most control over his emotion. And we need to be very present and mindful for our emotions. Starting to take control of that so that no matter what's happening, what seas are crashing around us, we have this little stable oasis that's going to support our growth and our development. Our emotions, well, they're one thing we can take control of. We should be taking control of. Rather than letting our ego bark back at people, we need to start to take control back and make some decisions and create responses that are high vibrational and for our greater good. Supporting with that love and compassion towards others and self. Because that ego gut response that we're currently dealing with, it adds to that kind of chaotic energy. It adds to that low vibration rather than nurturing that high vibration. And that high vibration, of course, is what's going to support our growth, our development, our abundances and prosperity, and others. That very small shift in perspective of being mindful of our emotions and starting to take control back can really support us with that compassion to others and to self. Now, one of the ways that we can take control of our emotion is through grounding ourselves. Setting those intentions and giving ourselves some time to be grounded and stable so we are supported in what it is we're trying to achieve in our day. That grounded energy gives us the strength to stand up in that storm and make decisions for our greater good, not allowing our ego to start to bark at those around us. We want to take control of how we respond and how we act. We have such little control, and the one place that we can take control of, many of us aren't. The angels are saying very clearly that we need to take that control back. We need to be focusing our attention on elements that are working, raising our vibration and our abilities to, connect in and control our responses. It sounds like a lot. However, it really isn't. It's about being mindful and present for you. And like I said, that grounding, it really helps us to be stable. It helps us to create the foundations we need to make the choices that are going to help us for our greater good. Now, I do have a grounding meditation that you can focus in on and use in the beginning part of your day so that you have that grounded energy. You create it within yourself. And then you can top that off with some crystals that will support you in maintaining that grounded energy, that grounded space. Now, crystals that will work with this and will support you in your groundedness and your stability are anything that are black or red. It resonates with your root chakra, which of course is connected to your stability. So things like tiger iron or black obsidian are good choices. However, use what you have. Whatever black or red crystal that you have, use it to your advantage, helping you to support you throughout your day. The Eight of Swords. The angels are reminding us that we do have a lot of healing and a lot of releasing to do. Many of us are feeling penned up and bound up by all that's going on. We're not too sure how to go forward. The angels are reminding you that when you have that uncertainty, when you're not too sure of what to do, and that pain and fear is starting to really rise within, go back to that grounding and to that love. Those two elements will support you in combating any of that fear, any of that pain. We are slowly going to be releasing and healing this. But like I said, it's going to take some time. However, our ego will use this to its advantage. That heartache and pain, it causes stagnation because we start to lose control. We start to fall back into patterns that don't serve us. So, when we have that instability, that heartache and fear, ground and love. Love you. Give you some time to be you. When you ground and love you, that intuition that we all have will start to strengthen because you're raising your vibration. You're not getting caught up in that low vibration. When we get caught up in the low vibration, that's when we get stuck and things really don't go our way. So, we know what we need to do. I'm going to add on some blessings. I'd like to end off with blessings because it gives us that added support that we really need right now. A little bit of extra glitter and sparkle, if you will. What blessings can my Amazonite friends embrace to support them on their journey. I do like the fact that the King of Cups is surrounded by 8 and 9. Angels and archangels, actually any high vibrational being likes to leave messages in plain sight. 8, 9, that progression forward. Moving yourself out of that stagnant and stuck into something that's going to be meaningful, that's going to be for your greater good, that's full of abundance and joy. Those little baby steps, the shifting of intention, the shifting and being mindful of that control will go a long way in creating even more abundance in your everyday. Faith. Such a beautiful card. The angels are reminding you to have faith in you, in your abilities, in all that you can do. It's so easy to lose hope and faith in self. Let's be honest, most of us would rather bad talk ourselves than have the faith that we have the skills, the abilities, and the talents to do what it is we want to do, what we need to do. Additionally, we need to have faith in the universe and the high vibrational beings. Faith in that plan. We don't know that plan, and it can be really challenging. Sometimes it feels like the universe is out to get us, and that's the farthest from the truth. The universe encourages us and then sometimes has to give us a little bit of a jolt to get us going, because we get caught up in that heartache and fear. There's only so much stagnation that the universe will allow, because we have contracted and created a plan for what it is we wanted to achieve in this lifetime. The universe knows it. So when we get stagnant and stuck, that's when the Tower comes out, and the universe gently nudges us in the direction we're supposed to go. So at times it does feel like the universe, it's kind of got a vendetta against us. And when we're feeling that, we do really need to take some time and stock into why we're feeling that way and what it is we're doing that's causing that stagnation. We're not breaking patterns, and that's what we need to do right now. Break patterns so we're not back at the same situation in days, weeks, months, or years to come. We need to break patterns and make choices for our greater good that are high vibrational, that will support our growth and others as well. Archangel Michael. I think that, when you're looking at archangels, he's the one that everybody knows. He's the one that started working with man first. He's our protector. Actually, he's everybody's protector. He's the universe's protector, if you will. When we're feeling unsure, fearful, stuck, we can call on Archangel Michael to help strengthen us and give us the courage that we need to face what we're dealing with. One of the first couple meditations I ever did with the archangels was with Archangel Michael. I know the very first one was with Archangel Raphael, because this is kind of his brainchild. He really encouraged me to create these meditations. And Archangel Michael was right behind him going, yep, this is what we need. Let's work on this together. So I do have a meditation with Archangel Michael, and it's around that strength, helping to strengthen us to do what it is we need to do. And anytime we become fearful, we can call on Archangel Michael to support us. Like I said earlier, archangels, they're omnipresent, and they work together. So anytime you need them, you can call them in. You don't need a bat signal. You don't need much other than that intention. Asking for the help that we need. Which, of course, in itself is a whole nother ballgame. Being open to the support of, well, those around us and the high vibrational beings. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the angels and archangels want to share with you. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Amazonite friends.